So let's settle in, and while we settle into the practice, I've just sort of found a little poem I thought would be nice to share with you from my lovely Earth Pathways diary. And it's called The Turning by Vicky Hoban Reed, and I'll share it with you in the group chat, and to you, Anne. All right, so yeah, just coming into a comfortable position, feeling free to close the eyes or hold a soft gaze. And just noticing how the body and the mind receive the words. The air is thinner, light, more golden. Breathe in. Can you feel it? Warmer, brighter, clearer, lighter. Buds bulge, chinks of colour, sleepy eyes opening. Shoots stir, roots reach. Winds churn as winter and spring dance side by side, tangling together like sheets on a line. Sunlight swells and smiles. Long nights bid goodbye. Ships that pass, fleeting friends. As one begins, the other ends. As one begins, the other ends. As one moment begins, another moment ends. And so is this course of life, continuing whatever happens. Bringing your attention into the breath. As one breath begins, the other breath ends. Beginnings and endings happening moment by moment. How we might feel and observe this in the breath. And how we might observe this in the nature around us. As winter ends a new life bursts forward. The invitation here is to take a moment to take a pause and to rest in the balance. To rest in the turning. And this midpoint of where we are in the year, equal light, equal dark. Capturing it just before it shifts as we start to get more light and less dark. Taking an opportunity just to rest in that pause. So let's explore, if that feels okay, a sense of balance, a kind of midpoint in the body. So bringing your attention to your feet, and depending on your posture, maybe you're feeling your feet on the ground. Feeling into your legs as they rest here. And just having a sense, if you're able, are your feet and legs fairly balanced and even in their position, the weight that they feel? It may be that you feel a sense of more weight in one foot, or a little bit of a leaning in a direction. So just giving your body just a little space and freedom to adjust and shift. Are the toes pointing in the same direction? Can you feel as much of the sole of the foot on the ground as possible? Can I lengthen in the toes? Can I soften in the joints? Perhaps the ankles, the knees, the hips. And if you're seated, feeling the weight of the body in the seat of the pelvis. And if sitting tall is accessible for you in your body, having the sense of the upper body lifting, growing out of the lower body. And whatever position we're in, we might be able to have a sense of kind of just lengthening in the spine. Perhaps opening up a little through the front of the chest, the front of the body. Inviting the shoulders to relax back and down. And checking in with the arms and the hands. Are we able to release a little through the arms? Are they resting, fairly balanced? And the head and neck lengthening, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. And we might have a sense of kind of a midline, a center point running through the body, through the seat of the pelvis, up through the center of the body and out of the center of the crown of the head. And so seeing if we can feel into the sense of balance, particularly in the upper body, if the body allows. It might be that we can feel our sits bones connecting with the chair. And we might play and explore just a little here as we perhaps kind of lean, and it can be very subtle movements, but kind of pivoting, if you like, leaning from those sits bones, the bony points of our pelvis, and perhaps sort of feeling more weight in one side and then the other, or how it might feel to have the weight as the body leans forward or leans back. And just being very, very gentle and careful. If you need to, you can always open the eyes a little. And if at any point it feels a little bit unwieldy or too out of balance, just coming back to the center. And this is just to give you an opportunity to feel what it's like, sort of trying to balance or coming off balance. And once we've explored a sense of being out of balance, gently, gently coming back to feeling the weight evenly in both sits bones. And once more having that sort of center point running through the middle of the body. breathing in a way that's comfortable for you. And taking a moment to rest, to pause in that feeling and sensation of balancing. Resting in this midpoint. And if the mind wanders, we get sort of hooked by a story, just seeing if we can come back to this physical feeling, feeling the balance in the body. Perhaps we bring our attention back to the sits bones, or feeling this center line through the middle of the body. Sitting tall, softening through the jaw, softening the shoulders. Softening the belly, softening the fingers. Feeling into that balanced place. And then perhaps just lastly here, if there is a sense for you, and not to worry if there isn't, but something that you might want to move towards, developing something new, taking a new direction, or even just wanting to complete something you've started but you've become stuck, challenged in some way. If there is something there for you, maybe just sort of imagining what it looks like to be in progress, or to be doing it, whatever that might be. Yeah, whether that's around health or adventures, family, relationships, anything at all. seeing it there in your mind's eye. And then imagining yourself taking a step towards it, taking a physical step towards it. As one step begins, the other step ends. Okay. So, feeling the weight of the body here, feeling the wave of the breath, and together we'll notice the breath for a breath in and a breath out, and we'll bring this practice to a close. Taking your time as we gently shift, perhaps bringing a little movement into the body, and then opening your eyes when you feel ready. So thank you for your practice.